I was in Dollar Tree this week and they've started putting out some of their summer items, and I found these really pretty placemats in this gorgeous turquoise color, and I had to grab one. I'm going to glue the placemat to this foam board from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to use Krylon spray adhesive, but you can use any type of glue that you prefer. Now I am going to do this inside, but I would advise doing it in a well-ventilated area and to make sure that you protect your surface whenever you're spraying the glue. Once the placemat is covered with adhesive, I'm just going to flip it over and really press it into the foam board. I'm going to use my hands to start with, and then I'll switch over to my brayer, going around the outer edges just to make sure it's going to get a really good adhesion to that foam board. I did let it set overnight and completely dry, and then I'm going to use my utility knife and just cut right around the placemat. There were some rough spots on the outer edges of the foam board, so I just used my finger sander and just very lightly sanded those down until everything was nice and smooth. To cover up the edge of the foam board and to give it a nice finished look, I'm going to add this white nylon rope all the way around, and I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue to attach. I'm just going to put the hot glue down and just press the nylon rope into it. Be careful you don't burn your fingers here. And again, I'm just going to complete this all the way around. Now this rope has been in my stash for quite some time, so I'm not real sure where it came from. It's either going to be Walmart or Lowe's. If I can find it, I'll link it down below for you. Before I connect the two pieces of rope, I'm going to wrap the piece that I'll be cutting with some clear tape. That prevents it from fraying or coming apart when you're trying to connect the two ends, and it just gives it a nice clean finish. We're going to wrap this gorgeous lace around the center of the placemat and foam board. And this lace is from Amazon. As always, anything from Amazon that I use, I'll link it down in the description box for you. I'm going to use hot glue to attach the lace, and once I get it tapped down, be careful here that you don't burn your fingers because the hot glue will go straight through the lace. And I'm just going to flip it over and then pull it across to the other side. You want to pull it fairly snug. You don't want it to sag or anything on the front side, but we are going to be tying it in the center, so you do want it to have a little bit of give. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. I'm just going to pinch the lace from each side until it meets in the center, and then I'm just going to tie it off with a piece of jute twine. We're going to make a little small bouquet out of these daisies and little yellow flowers. Now both of these came from my stash, but if I remember correctly, I picked these up last year from Michael's. I'm going to layer the flowers in my hands until I'm happy with how they look, and then I'm going to take this thicker jute twine, and this is from Walmart, and I'm just going to wrap it around the stems of the flowers. Now my apologies here. About halfway down the stems, my camera stopped recording and I wasn't aware, so sorry about that. What I did off camera was I snipped off the ends of some of the flowers because it was just a little too long, and then I completely covered the ends with the jute twine. We're going to make a really easy bow with this ribbon from Amazon. I've already cut 3 strips of ribbon at varying lengths, and y'all, even with my cutting mat, most of the time I forget to measure, so sorry about that. But anyway, I'm going to take the 2 smaller strips and hot glue the 2 ends together. I told you it's a super easy bow. And then once I have the 2 pieces glued together, I'm going to take all 3 pieces and stack them on top of each other. And something else I like to do, I like to fold them in half just to find my center. And once I do that, I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner and wrap it around the center and then just twist it into place. After I cut the ends of the pipe cleaner off, I'm going to cut another small strip of ribbon and fold it into thirds, and then we're going to hot glue it around the center of the bow to cover up that pipe cleaner. Now we're going to put everything together. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue right up under the lace where I have it tied with the jute string. And then next I'll hot glue the little bouquet right on top of the lace. You just want to hold it in place and make sure you add enough hot glue so it doesn't come off. And then all that's left, we're going to pop our bow at a little jaunty angle right on top of the bouquet. The tails of the bow was just a little bit too long, so I went ahead and trimmed that up. And off camera, I added a hanger to the back side of the foam board using the same rope that we trimmed the foam board with earlier. And y'all, I am so happy with how this turned out. I love these colors together. They're so pretty, but I would love to know what you guys think about it. For this project, I'm going to be using the sunflower placemat and canvas from my stash. I did pick these up last year from the Dollar Tree. Next, I'm going to mix together plaster and the color truffle from Waverly's chalk paint, and I'm going to give the canvas 2 coats. Once the canvas is dry, I'm going to use the color plaster and a chippy brush and just very lightly distress the canvas. Now, if you don't like to distress your projects, you can totally skip this part. I'm going to use the sunflower placemat as a stencil, but instead of creating a sunflower, I'm going to create a daisy. In other words, I'm going to make it white. I'm just going to go ahead and use some painter's tape to hold it in place on the canvas. I am going to tape off the center of the placemat because that's going to be a different color than the flower. I want the flower to have a 3D effect, so instead of paint, I'm going to be using this spackling from Dab. Now, this is my all-time favorite spackling to use. It's just so airy and fluffy. To me, it kind of looks like frosting, but if you don't have this, you can always use the spackling from the Dollar Tree if you can find it. I would just add paint to it. I also like to use a popsicle stick to spread out the spackling. I find that it works best for a nice even layer, and I apply about 2 to 3 layers until I'm sure that all of the holes in the stencil are covered as evenly as possible. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'll start to remove some of that spackling. I'm just going to use the edge of the popsicle stick and just very lightly scrape it over the spackling until I've removed all the excess. And then I'm just going to repeat those steps all the way around the flower. Now, I chose to make my flower a daisy, but if you wanted to make yours a sunflower, all you would have to do is just add some yellow and maybe a tiny bit of orange paint to the spackling until you got the color you wanted for the sunflower. For the center of the flower, I'm going to mix in Golden Sunset from Apple Barrel with some of the spackling. Just give it a really good mix. And then I'm just going to very carefully apply it in the center of the flower. Now you will see in a moment I switch over to a plastic spoon. It was just a little bit easier to spread the mixture out and give me a little bit better control. Now when you apply the spackling, you do want to work fairly quickly because you want to remove the placemat before the spackling has time to dry and start to set up. Because if you don't, number one, you can ruin your placemat, or if you're using a stencil, you can ruin either one of them. And whenever you go to lift it up, it can pull and disturb the spackling underneath. Now you will see in just a moment once I start to remove this placemat, it had started to dry in some places, so I had to work very, very carefully and just gradually loosen it up and lift it straight up. And that's another thing, whenever you remove it, you want to lift it straight up off of your project, again, so as not to smear or disturb the spackling underneath. It's not perfect by any means, but I am really happy with it. I think it's so pretty. I do wish that I had made the background a little bit darker. It really would have made the white pop against it. But you know what? It's my first time doing it on such a large scale, so I am going to try it again at some point in the future. But tell me what you guys think about it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I truly appreciate you. I had really planned to do a few more placemat DIYs for this video, but y'all, this week was just crazy. Life happened, and our sweet Gigi girl got sick for several days. She is going to be just fine, and we are very grateful for that. But if you would like to see more placemat DIYs, leave me a comment down below letting me know, and I'll be happy to get another video out if that's what you guys would like to see. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.